Senator Ed Markey of Massachusetts and Congressman Jim McDermott of Washington. Just as footnote here, both of these gentlemen are fans of the teams that happen to be going to the Super Bowl, so I'll start with the ruling on the field stands. That should be good audio to you guys. Congratulations. Excuse me, I'm laughing at my own joke there, but anyway. Gentlemen, Senator Markey, let's start with you tonight. There is no doubt that there's a lot of misinformation about Keystone. You introduced an amendment to keep Keystone Oil in America. What happened?
Well, the Republicans decided that they were going to table it, which means that we were not going to have a vote on the actual substance of the bill, and then they successfully took it away as a substantive issue that would be voted on. Although every one of the Republicans that voted to table were also voting to not put a restriction on the exportation of this oil. So the Canadians plan on taking the dirtiest oil in the world, constructing a straw through the United States of America down to the Gulf Coast, and then putting it on ships and sending it out of our country. We import 5 million barrels of oil a day. How can we take oil that is coming into our country and just allow the Canadians to send it out while we're taking all of the environmental risks? The United States will have a pipeline that could break. The greenhouse gases that are going to go up are going to dangerously warm the planet, and we do it while we're exporting young men and women in uniform over to the Middle East to provide the protection for the Saudi Arabians and for all of those countries to be sending their oil to the United States. So it's about time that we just said we're not going to export our American oil. We're going to keep it here as long as we continue to import oil from overseas.
Senator, I want to ask you, is the oil that's coming in from Venezuela cleaner than the oil that would be coming out of the tar sands? Because the case that Senator Manchin is making is that, hey, we're already bringing in dirty oil.
Look, the argument is, why are we bringing in any Venezuelan oil? Why are we bringing in Nigerian oil, Kuwaiti oil, Saudi Arabian oil? We're bringing in Russian oil right now. We're bringing in Iraqi oil right now. We should not be bringing the oil in here. If the Canadians advertise on every network that this is all about North American energy independence, the message they're sending to American voters is this is about keeping oil here in the United States.
Yeah.
And so to the extent to which that's a violation of an unfair and deceptive marketing practice, they've been successful. But the American people have to know that our greatest vulnerability, what makes us weak, what is our Achilles heel? It is the continued importation of 5 million barrels of oil a day. And if we're going to run the risk of having this tremendous danger to the planet, the least the American people should get is to have the oil here to keep prices low for home heating oil, prices low for diesel fuel, and that oil, unfortunately, is going to be exported. So there's nothing in it for the United States except 35 permanent jobs that will be there for us, and all the rest of the benefits flow to the Canadians with a risk to the dangerously warming planet that we live on.
And finally, Senator Markey, what did you think of Joni Ernst and what she was saying about Keystone, if you caught that?
I didn't follow it in the detail that perhaps I could have, but I'm just assuming that it's all part of the boilerplate without in any way.
Well, she called it a jobs bill. She called it the Keystone Jobs Bill.
Well, you know what? It's really the Keystone export bill. It's taking the oil and sending it out of the United States, and after they have constructed the pipeline, there's only 35 permanent jobs left. Meanwhile, all of the lower-priced oil that could have benefited American drivers, American manufacturers, by pressing to keep the price of oil low, would have gone out of the United States of America. That is not a job creation. That is a job destruction strategy for the United States of America.
Senator Markey, good to have you with us. Let's turn now to